Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. The Google Pixel 9 series is coming out just around the corner. So today I wanted to talk about the Google Pixel 8 Pro and whether or not it's worth your money in 2024. Let's get right into it. You can find these things on eBay for a fantastic price. You don't need to pay $1,000 for a brand new one. Go get a used one and you're gonna be saving hundreds of dollars for a nearly brand new device. So let's start with the build quality. I have to say, this thing feels amazing in the hand. I have owned various Pixels and this is easily the best Pixel they have made to date. It's rocking a polished aluminum frame. Now, I will say, for the price that you pay for this phone, I do wish it were titanium on the iPhone 15 Pro Max as well as the S24 Ultra. You do have a titanium build. I think this would look a lot better in titanium because you wouldn't have shiny polished sides. It'd be more of a matte finish. I think it's a lot more comfortable to hold. You don't get all these fingerprints and the greasiness of it as well. One thing to consider, and I haven't had these issues, but a lot of people have issues with scratching. Now, in terms of the body of the phone, I do not have a lot of scratching, but when you look at the camera, there are some issues with scratching there. So this is where your phone is going to rest. Every time you put your phone down on the table, with other phones, you just have the cameras there, and it's not that big of a deal. But with the Pixel phone, you have almost like a camera bar. And yeah, it's going to scratch pretty easily. That's something to note. If you're really picky about that and you want to keep this thing in pristine condition, just get a case and don't worry about it. Now, it's rumored that the Pixel 9 is coming out with a stainless steel frame. Now, admittedly, it looks a whole lot like my iPhone 13 Pro Max, but it's a whole separate conversation. But unfortunately, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, so like the premium model, is coming with the polished stainless steel, and then the regular Pixel 9 models are coming with a matte finish. But if it were titanium, we'd have a better strength and integrity of the metal, as well as a nice matte finish to hold. Now let's talk about that front glass. So the front glass is going to be your Gorilla Glass Victus 2. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I do not have a screen protector on this phone, and it does have scratches. So if you're very picky when it comes to scratches on your screen, you're gonna have to get a screen protector. Now the back is also Gorilla Glass Victus 2, but it has this matte finish on it and it feels so nice. I have never felt a matte finish on any phone that I've liked more than the Google Pixel 8 Pro. They did an incredible job on this. I am a little bit worried with the Pixel 9 series coming out. I know it's going to be a better phone, at least you would hope, right? But the build looks very similar to the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which also has a polished stainless steel build, and it's boxy in the hand. It's not comfortable to hold. You really need a case for it to be comfortable. If you want to use this phone without a case, you just want a phone that feels very nice in your hands, before you buy the Pixel 9, go ask your friends or go to Best Buy, go hold the Pixel 8 Pro. I'm telling you, this to me is my favorite phone to use without a case. It is just beautiful. It feels so nice to hold. Let's get into the display, because the display on this thing is incredible. It looks so nice. And that's one thing that Pixel phones have struggled with for many years, is trying to find a good display, and they knocked it out of the park. This thing looks so beautiful. I like this display a ton. And again, I daily drive mostly my S24 Ultra, which in my opinion still has the best display on the market. This does not fall very far. I would say the S24 Ultra is a 10 out of 10. This is like a 9.7 out of 10. You're getting a 6.7 inch LTPO OLED, 120 Hz, 1600 nits in high brightness mode, and even 2400 nits of peak brightness mode. And it's 1344 by 2992 pixels. You get a 489 ppi density. Bottom line, the screen looks fantastic. I really don't have any complaints about it. And also, for people who really care about the brightness, I live in Florida. The sun here is miserable, especially during June, July, August timeframe. I need a phone that I can look at and see outdoors. That is something that is one of my #1 priorities. This phone has no issue with that. It gets plenty bright and I'm able to see everything very clearly with poppy colors, even in direct sunlight. Okay, so let's look at the cameras. So I know this is a very important point. For people who want a Pixel device, cameras is probably one of their top priorities. For my usage, I'm going to tell you how it looks as an average consumer. Let's do a quick comparison to the only other phone that I think has the other best camera, and that is the S24 Ultra. Here's the S24 Ultra microphone and camera test. This is filming in 4K 30. I'm just going to do a little move around here. Okay, I'm going to switch between its optical lenses. So you got your 3 times. And we'll go over here, this little box over here. 5 times. And 10 times. And back out. Okay, this is filming with the Pixel 8 Pro in 4K 30. I'm just going to move across like I did with the S24 Ultra. From my end, it looks a little bit jittery when I move side to side, but I guess we'll have to see. I'm going to go from its lenses, so the optical ones, you got the 2 times and the 5 times lens. Back to the 2, back to the 1, into the 5, back to the 1. Now this is not an S24 Pixel 8 Pro comparison video. That will be coming in the future. But which do I prefer? I prefer the Pixel 8 Pro for photos. For videos, I still think the S24 does a little bit better, and that's why I use it to record my YouTube videos. But I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll switch over to the Pixel 8 Pro. I don't know, I'll have to see. Or the Pixel 9 Pro when it comes out. But bottom line, the Pixel 8 Pro camera is nothing short of perfect. This is easily my favorite camera in any smartphone. I love this camera. I know that when I take it out of my pocket and I take that photo, I know it's gonna look perfect. And that's what I love about the Pixel 8 Pro. You know you're gonna get the perfect photo every single time. So if your #1 priority is the camera, pick up the Pixel 8 Pro. Now let's get into battery. As a longtime Pixel user, battery is probably one of my #1 gripes about any Pixel device. I will say, this phone is not perfect, but it does an incredible job. I get easily about 6 to 7 hours of screen on time every single day. So Google Pixel 8 Pro, Google, you knocked it out of the park. You improved the battery life. I'm just hoping that with the Pixel 9 Pro, it's even better. Now let's talk about some Google Pixel perks. There's so many cool things that this phone gives you. Now I'm only gonna talk about the features that I use. So first you got things like call screen. Call screen I use on a daily basis. When somebody is calling me, especially when I get telemarketer calls and things like that, I use call screen constantly. I don't need to waste my time by calling them or even hanging up, because it could be somebody important that I don't have their number saved. So I still want to know if it's a telemarketer or not. This saves me so much time on a daily basis. I love this feature. What about Magic Eraser? Now, for example, the S24 Ultra, I use this Magic Eraser function. It's not called that, but you erase things from the photo all the time. I have to admit, the Google Pixel does it better. What about Live Translate? So this is something that, to me, I don't technically use all the time, but I know for people that are in my friends and family group, it is vital to their daily uses. So I would definitely wanted to point it out. The Google Pixel does an incredible job with its live translation. And I think that is a feature that you cannot give up, especially if you have family members and friends who speak multiple languages. This might not be a feature that I use every single day, but transcript. The ability to transcribe something so easily, so efficiently, and so accurately from the Google Pixel is incredible. If you're a college student and you're going into a lecture, I'm telling you, do not pass up the Google Pixel. Its ability to make a transcript from a recording, even live during the actual recording, you can watch it, record the exact words, and then it's like the AI goes back in real time and then adjusts it based on the context of the message. I am very impressed by its transcription services. It is great. If you're looking for something that you need to transcribe things all the time, Google Pixel, it's going to be great. And lastly, I was exposed to this feature based on the S24 Ultra that I picked up, and that is the circle to search. I love this function. Circle to search is an incredible feature. It works very well. Anything that you want to look online for, you just hit right here, you circle the item, and you can search it immediately. You can actually go into the camera app, and while you're pointing at something, you can use the circle to search function and do it live like that. So you don't need to go through this process of taking a photo, downloading the photo, uploading it to the Google website and doing a backward search. No, it happens right there at a literal circle of the finger. You get the results right there. I think this is an incredible feature to point out. Now let's talk security. When I look online, a lot of people have gripes about, oh, the fingerprint sensor doesn't work for me, I don't like it. This fingerprint sensor on this phone has been great. I've never had a single issue getting into my phone. If I don't want to use the fingerprint sensor on something like the S24 Ultra, I want to use facial recognition, Well, the facial recognition is not secure, so I can't use it for my banking accounts, my credit card accounts. For this phone, it has incredible facial and it's secure enough where I can use it for all the applications that require me to use my fingerprint sensor. I can use my facial recognition just like the iPhone. But apart from that, you're going to be getting security updates. I mean, it is a Pixel. You get the latest software updates, security updates. This is the iPhone of Android. Google, owners of Android, Pixel is owned by Google, right? So this is the iPhone of Android. You're getting the latest updates at all times, and you get to try out the brand new software as well first before any other phone gets it. If your thing is software, you want the most secure phone out there, you can't get any better than the Pixel 8 Pro, especially at this price point. And I think it's important to note that Google has promised 7 years of updates for the Pixel 8 Pro. Let's get into performance. Now, similar to the camera performance, there might be people who don't like the way that I handle this, but here's the thing. The Google Tensor G3 chip is slower than Apple's chip, is slower than the latest Snapdragon chip. That is the truth. You go to the benchmarking websites and you can see this. It is a slower chip. But does this translate into slow performance? No. This thing is the most fluid phone that I have ever used. I like it more than the iPhone. And the iPhone, like I have said in previous videos, is the king of smooth. This thing is just as fluid, or to some people, more fluid than the newest iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, I'm coming to a little bit of a deal breaker moment, because one thing that a lot of people complain about, I haven't had a ton of experience with this. To me, it's been fine for the most part. It's happened to me once or twice, but this thing is known to overheat. So if you're going to be using this thing for recording long videos, for going out in the sun, taking it for cameras for many hours, you might have issues with the overheating. And this is one thing that if they fix on the Pixel 9 series, it's not even worth it. Go with the Pixel 9. Even if you buy new, it's going to be a better purchase if your priority is getting a camera and a video camera. This phone might not be worth it. But I think in general cases, people aren't using their phones to cameras for 7 hours. If that's not your use, this phone is still okay to buy. And to me, I'm going to be using this phone for a while. So it overheats once or twice, sure. Is it constant for me? No. And I take a lot of photos, so your mileage may vary. Oh, and one thing that I totally forgot to put in the script, and that is the haptic feedback. The haptic feedback on this phone is incredible, and it's one of those things where it's like you don't notice it until you open up your keyboard. Maybe you're going to set your alarm or anything like that. You're using the little spindle to go to the right minute and the hour to set your alarm clock. This haptic feedback is the best of any Android phone. Way better than the S24 Ultra that I'm using to record right now. This haptic feedback is a pleasure to use, and it's one of those things that you don't know until you feel it and you go, oh, I like that. So overall, I am very happy with the performance of this phone. You're going to have software updates for many years to come. It is a very secure device. It is a very fluid device, and you're not going to have any issues using this phone on a day-to-day basis. So if your focus is performance, security, all those things, this is the phone to get. This is the best phone that you can buy at this price point that's going to give you the security features that you focus on. So that's the video. If you liked the video, please give it a like down below. If you disliked it, yeah, whatever, dislike it. But please subscribe for more because I have many more tech videos to come. My conclusion is pick up the Pixel 8 Pro and you're not going to be disappointed. This phone is incredible. It is easily my favorite phone of 2024 over the iPhone, over any Android phone. Get this phone. You will not regret it. Thank you so much, and I will see all of you next time.